Yokoso, Japanese Quest to it. Welcome to Japanese Quest. Today the journey continues. さあ、冒険しよう。皆さん、こんにちは。おはようございます。Retro, Isaac, Loyal, SWAT, Maximized. みんな、おはようございます。Good morning. It is time for an adventure. 皆さん、今日はお元気ですか? Oh, wrong button. Anyone who is new, this is a channel for learning Japanese from Japanese games and just enjoying language, enjoying Japanese. I'm a Japanese teacher. My name is Akira Sensei. There's one more sensei here. Griffin Sensei. He is a cat who is with us here in spirit. Griffin did pass away a few years ago, but he was our first party member on this journey. And he's still with us here in spirit. He can still teach us things. We learn in this game. Spirits kind of rise into the sky, but they're still there in some way. That's true in Japanese Quest as well. What we do, we find words. Our power level goes up. I see I have more drift in my controller today. That's okay. Minasan, konnichiwa. So let's find some words, let's find some language, and let's have some fun. We will try a new experiment today. I'm not sure how well it will work, but we will try it. We haven't streamed really since last year. I'm busy during the school year, teaching Japanese full-time. But we started again yesterday. We talked about the main change since last year is ChatGPT in terms of language that I've heard about a lot online and from different people. So today we're going to try an experiment with ChatGPT. What we do all the time anyway is we gather words from the game, like so. Hey, that's the wrong frame. Interesting. Oh, it's the right one here. So these are our new words. We add new words there. And as we add new words today, some of those words we'll pick at the end and try to make a story with them using ChatGPT. Just to get review with those words and also to kind of do our goal. I often say, using the words we find, all these words from past games, these are all now part of the world of Japanese Quest. A world built with language. It's got wind, trees, mizu, all these different things. This is that world, or one drawing I made of it. The island of Japanese Quest. Kawa, we've unlocked. Dokutsu, we're to go to today. Shido, castles, things like that. So today, we will try generating this world with ChatGPT. So the words you find in the game, we'll add to this world. Just to show you, I did a proof of concept. Take a look here. So yesterday I made this story using the words we found yesterday. So as an experiment, let's just take a look at it. So what I told it is simply these words that we had, the last 6 words we learned, make a story in Japanese about a cat. I tried to say cat, I did a typo, on a boken adventure using the above 6 words somewhere in the story. If the word is a verb, like kagiru or dekita, you can change this verb. So ChatGPT is not always perfect. It didn't use, I don't think it used this first word. I could be wrong. But I don't think it used that word. However, the other words are all used. And so let's see it. I have this add-on called Voice Chat for ChatGPT, so you can talk to it. It talks back to you. So let's have it simply read that off. I think I'll turn off the game sound for now. So let's hear it. If I go down here, I can press on this speaker, and then it will speak it, and let's just see how much of the story you can understand, and then we'll go over some of it, not all of it. But at the end, we'll try to make a similar story with the words we find today. The more interesting words we find, as you will find out, the more interesting the story might become, or the world we make. We might try to make a world this time. Again, it's an experiment. Might not work well. Might never do it again. But let's try it.
ある日、小さな村に住む若者が新しい冒険に出る決意をしました。彼の名前はユータで、いつも村の外の未知の世界に興味を持っていました。ユータは古びた地図を手に入れ、その地図には魅力的な場所として、ムクロの森という名前が書かれていました。早朝、ユータは装備を整えて冒険に出発しました。彼は森の中に入る。
Okay, I could turn that off. I realized we should go over the vocab from yesterday before we do that. So let's see it with the Rikai add-on. And then I think I'll turn Rikai off so I can hover words. But let's take a look here. So we saw Mukuro no Mori in that first paragraph. So for this adventure, this wakamono, this young person, is going to the Mukuro no Mori. And when I saw this, I realized this story had some promise because this is kind of a cool idea. So we're going to this story that's using the vocab word, which is Mukuro, which we found yesterday. We found this corpse in the game. We sang to send its soul on. So Mukuro, we looked this word up as well. I wasn't totally sure on the kanji yesterday because this is not a Joyo kanji, I believe. It's at least not one I've seen yet. And I've learned to write all the ones up to almost level 2 Keiken. So it's at least not in the first like 1,800 or so kanji. So Mukuro no Mori, we're going there. And the next word, I'll just read it all out, is kagiru, to limit, but the way it uses it here is kagiru koto naku, so as much as possible. So he walks a lot. Yuta, again, is the name of the main character. We also have zangai, using that same kanji, which is wreckage or like remains. We're going to be going there. We had jitsueki, a word that I hadn't seen that much, a more rare word, but we're going to see someone getting some actual profit or practical use. And then finally, this is actually the best one in the story that someone added from chat. So you could possibly add a word to our power level today from chat. And it's this one, kasha, which is a mythical beast. Again, let's look this one up actually, because then we can see what appears in this story. This character, this kasha, I don't know why it's defaulting me to Chinese, because that's making it be a train. I think before I had the hiragana as well. So let's put that in as well. Okay, here we go. So it's this character, Kasha, which is a mythical beast said to devour dead bodies. Also could be a fiery chariot in Buddhism. So check it out. Kasha. There's a card for it, and we're going to meet this character towards the end of our story. So let's take a look at that. Let's go back to the story. Let's read it one more time, but that should be all our vocab. And again, today, the goal is find new vocab. We can create a new story and add to our world, and then get some review in Japanese too. Hai, one more time. Hai, kikimashou.
ある日、小さな村に住む若者が新しい冒険に出る決意をしました。彼の名前はユータで、いつも村の外の未知の世界に興味を持っていました。ユータは古びた地図を手に入れ、その地図には魅力的な場所として、ムクロの森という名前が書かれていました。早朝、ユータは装備を整えて冒険に出発しました。彼は森の中に入ると、美しい自然と危険が共存する世界が広がっていました。ユータは限ることなく歩き、新たな発見を楽しんでいました。しばらく歩いた後、ユータは不思議な残骸に出会いました。それは古代の建造物のようで、どのような物語がこの残骸に隠されているのか、彼の心は躍りました。彼はその場所で時間を過ごし、過去の謎めいた出来事について考えました。そんな中、ユータは実益を得るための方法を見つけました。残骸の中には、かつて使われていたであろう貴重な道具やアーティファクトが残っていました。 これらの発見は彼の冒険により一層の興奮をもたらしました。時間が経ち、日は傾き始めました。ユータは帰路につく決断をしましたが、その途中で貨車のような大きな生物に遭遇しました。最初は恐れを感じましたが、その生物は友好的で、ユータとの出会いを祝福してくれるようでした。貨車は優雅に踊りながら、ユータに冒険の成功を祈りました。冒険の日々は終わりを迎えましたが、ユータの心には新たな記憶と友情、そして未知なる世界への渇望が残りました。彼は村に帰り、その経験を語り、ムクロの森での冒険の物語は村の人々に語り継がれることとなりました。
Okay, so the goal today is to make another world kind of like this. I don't want to go through the whole thing, but let's look at this part with the, so he's on this journey in the Mukuro no Mori, this, the forest of corpses, and he's on this journey through this nature. Let's turn on Rikai again. He walks into this forest. As he's walking, he finds these strange ruins, which is one of our vocab words, and some kind of story must be hidden in these ruins, and it kind of makes his heart dance. And then as he continues, he finds a way to get some profit, another vocab word, some kind of good benefit from these ruins, because he finds some valuable tools and artifacts in these ruins that help out and create more excitement, kofun, on his journey. And then as time passes, the sun goes down, and suddenly he sees this creature that we met, the Kasha. He meets this creature on his journey. And at first he's scared. 恐れを感じましたが、その生物は友好的で, but it was actually friendly. ユタとの出会いを祝福してくれるよ. So, and celebrated their meeting. So this character that we met here, picture it, does a dance for Yuta, for the main character, and prays for success on his journey. Then finally, as his journey ends, it doesn't really tell much about the end, but he goes back to his town, and he has had his journey in this Mukuro no Mori. Anyway, it's not perfect, but it used most of the words, and it did it better than I expected. The parts that I liked is it came up with this Mukuro no Mori, a good use of one thing that did sound like a boken, did sound like an adventure, and it met this creature that we had. So I feel like if we find interesting words, we might find an interesting world or a story that we can make with this tool as an experiment today. So let's try that today. Let's jump back to the game.
What does the scouter say about his power level?
So let's see some comments here, because I haven't checked comments really yet. Anyway, again, good to see everyone. So yeah, maybe ask it to keep it short. Yeah, I think that could be a good thing to try. And you could also ask it to use simpler language. That could be an idea. Maybe ask it... Yeah, I think writing style is a good idea too. These are both good suggestions and things I've done kind of like that. Actually, after I did that yesterday, I also played D&D, or tried to play D&D in Japanese using ChatGPT. It worked fairly well. But for that too, it seemed like talking about writing style would help. And keeping it short at times would help. So both of those are good suggestions that maybe we should try. Good ideas. Okay. Let's jump into the game. We see a big eye. Let's click on the big eye. Oh, I think that's a thing that, like, we see a quest if we press CR. Ah, okay. Jouhou getto. Etteru shiren da. So we get a... Probably information about a quest involving ether cylinders.
なるほどなるほど。
はい、皆さん、おはようございます。今日はお元気ですか? How's everyone doing today? I'm sure I lost some people with that long ChatGPT story, but I thought it was interesting enough from yesterday to check into it and to share it today. The story was actually fairly decent. So let's try finding some new words today. We can add words here, level up with those words, and maybe in chat we can pick which ones are the most interesting to try making a story with. 元気ですか? よかった。私も元気です。Tori no hito, a bird person. And they say bird lady in English. なるほど. Okay.
今音がしなかった？え？こっち来て。
Whoa. I did not want to fight this guy. Takes some experimenting to know how to use ChatGPT to its full potential, but when it works, it's amazing. Yeah, sometimes it hits something and you're really impressed with the connections it makes or like certain little touches it makes. Other times it can really go on and be very boring and just keep repeating itself and kind of like write itself into a corner. So there's a kind of a wide range with things that it seems to do. By the way, how's the volume scene? My headphones are a bit loud. So let me turn that down, I think. And then let's start attacking because we're gonna die. Hopefully our volume's okay for our adventure today. Again, anyone new, this is Japanese Quest. We learn Japanese from Japanese games. Today, our goal is to find words in the game and create a world in the AI world. Or with AI, using ChatGPT. Will it work? Might kind of work. Let's experiment. In combat, you're slightly hard to hear. Yeah, I wish there's a way to like turn down combat only in this game. There's not. So I'm kind of not sure what the best solution is for combat. Like, my main complaint with this game is combat is just too loud. And you can't turn it down. Which is kind of problematic because there is kind of a lot of combat in these Xenoblade games.
いいな君は。あ？その根拠のない自信分けてもらいたいくらい。
So we're not going to translate everything, but the parts that seem kind of interesting or important or just fun, we'll look at times and I'll pause at times. Part of the reason we're playing this game and not, for example, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, is that this game you can pause and analyze the language. For example, Game Gengo analyzed how good is that game, Tears of the Kingdom, for playing in Japanese, for learning Japanese, and it was C tier, I think. Not that good. So let's see. Konkyo no nai jishin. This other character, Lance, has this confidence, jishin, and it's konkyo no nai, no basis for this confidence. And again, we can add some words here, possibly then add them to our story. By the way, these words might not add to our power level, because we have a different list, that we have more words, but any word here we can add to our world later. So he says, wakete moraitai. So I would like to have some of your confidence, because me, I do not have confidence. Let's see. As your voice is about the same as the characters, so if multiple characters are talking, plus music is a bit too much. Yeah, I think I tried to turn the music down, but voices I wanted kind of good for these scenes, so that might be making it kind of loud. There's a neat thing OBS can do where it turns the game volume down a little bit just while you're talking. Really? Don't know if it's worth to set it up. Huh. Yeah, probably not, but I did not know that. That's interesting.
あれこれへみたいな理屈をこねくり回して結局動かねえより何万倍もマシだろうが。
誰のことを言ってる？
さーてな。自信なんてねえよ。俺は動かなきゃならない。そんだけだ。
意味がわからん。
お前さんだって動かないなりの理由があんだろ。怖いのか？ノアがな、よく言うんだよ。背負い込むなって。俺が動かなきゃいられない理由、分かってんだよ、あいつ。間違ってるって言ってんだ。そう言われてもな。ただそうにも、その相手はもういねえ。だから、これしかできねえ。お前さんだって似たようなもんなんだろ。でもよ、お前さんのその慎重なとこ嫌いじゃねえぜ。
言ってることがさっきと真逆だが。
前言撤回ってやつだ。
So I take it back. We have here Yoji Jukugo, so 4 kanji compound. So Zen Gen Tekkai Teyatsu. So it's this thing where you can take back your words. So he said he was kind of dissing him for kind of overthinking and being too careful. But then he said, I actually like how you're careful. And so I take back what I said. And then he says, ha 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 ha. Because he's saying he's not confident either. They've all got their own drama going on. And to be honest, it's been a year, so I kind of forget what all that drama is, and they're not really talking about it in a concrete way right now. But let's keep going. We'll find out. Zengen Tekkai. I take back what I said. Could be a word we add to our power level if someone wants to add. Anyone can add new words. If you link to the word new words here in our chat. I guess we don't add new words. The world we make later might not be so interesting, but if that does happen, I suppose we could go back through our list and like just find stuff and vote on things. That could work too. Sa ikimashou. How far? わからない。
よっ。はっ。はっ。
So yeah, I'm curious. Last night I used ChatGPT to play D&D in Japanese. In the past I also talked to it out loud, voice to voice, using Japanese. For kind of Japanese study, that's pretty much mostly what I've done. Has anyone else used ChatGPT for Japanese study or anything else that's just super useful that would be useful to know? Because today the theme is kind of ChatGPT, our experiment using it, but I'm just curious, have people used it? Because I feel like it's useful if you kind of know how to use it. Otherwise, I think it can be a big waste of time as well, and not very useful. But it seems like if you give it the proper prompt, with the proper task, it can be pretty useful. Kind of impressive at times. And it seems like it's gotten better too since it first came out. Musical memoirs, I use it frequently. Do you use it in your job? Are you possibly using it for coding? I know my brother works in data science and uses it all the time. It's basically like his job is right now, ChatGPT. And like working with different prompts and things like that. So other people, okay, have not used it. Interesting. But yeah, I know for like things like programming, it can be very useful. But yeah, I'm wondering for language, will it be useful? Because I feel like it kind of is now, but not that useful yet from what I've seen.
よっよっはっ見つかったか
Or at least not in an obvious way. Music by Mars. I'm making a card game based on Japanese. I've used it for card suggestions in multiple ways. Interesting, a card game based in Japanese. How does that work? What do you mean exactly? Is it for your own study, or you're making a game for other people to play, or what do you mean exactly? Someone else, a friend of mine used it to find a kanji. Okay, cool. I asked it questions for research on a novel, just to see what it said. Interesting. Was it helpful for research for a novel?
この行動の大きさならレウニスも襲ってこないだろう。
だといいな
So yeah, with the size of this tunnel, the bigger mechs, they're called Lionuses or whatever, they should not attack, is what they said there. Think like the Pokemon trading card game, but all cards are kanji, and all card effects are related to the meaning of the kanji. Cool.
羽が乱れちまった。
Yeah, it said some pretty inspiring things at the very least. For your novel, nice. Yeah, yesterday I was asking it for suggestions for world building, like in a novel, and just for like a general idea like that, it gives you lots of good ideas and options and kind of starting points. It seems like it's not so good, at least what I've seen so far, in like choosing the best creative options and like making decisions. But in terms of like giving options and ideas, it seems pretty powerful. Ooh, I see a
この
word.
先も何があるかわからない
Zengen Tekkai, nice.
慎重に進もう
Ooh, I like when it does this mode. Like it stops and it has voice. That's like they often had in Dragon Quest. What was it? Dragon Quest 11, which is kind of like the best form what this channel needs. So it's good. I wish they did this more. When it's finished, it will be a free-to-play tabletop simulator, and we'll share on Discord. There'll be a printed version later as well. Sounds cool. Yeah, I'm curious to see how it goes because I love kanji. So any kind of game involving kanji can be cool. And it kind of reminds me too of our world for Japanese Quest. It's like a world built with language. So you imagine like you have a kanji, you have a word. Suddenly, if it's like he, for example, fire, that fire appears in the world, or you gain the power of fire. Looking good. Zengen Tekkai. So let's move forward. We don't know what's up ahead. Nani ga aru ka wakaranai. So we don't know what is up ahead. Shinshou ni susumo. Let's move forward. Shinshou ni, carefully.
当然だ急ぎ抜けたいところだが慌てても仕方がない
この辺りは鉱石やジェムストーンが豊富も早く行くも
Lots of minerals, gemstones.
お宝は全部いただいていくも
We'll get all those takara, treasure.
桃リクのテンションが高いですもん
Ooh, I always think this word is kind of interesting. Tension. If your tension is high, you know what that means? This could be a good word. We've probably added it because we probably added it before when I talked about it. But this could be a good word. Tension ga takai means someone's like really excited, has a lot of energy, has a lot of hype. If we have hype in chat, that can make the tension go up.
Momo, ジェムストーンは使い道が豊富も 今後の役に立つもん。
It's because there's a lot of uses for
ミ
gemstones.
クが楽しそうだからびっくりしましたもん。そういうのが好きなんですもん。
Ah, so she's surprised because he's so excited. So do you like gemstones?
まあ趣味みたいなものも。
Shumimitai. Good word. So it's our hobby. Looks like the word. Oh no, did we? Is it green? Have we learned that already? What's going on with the colors? I guess it's tricky with formatting. Not sure what's going on there, but hopefully we'll figure it out eventually. Thank you for adding it.
マナナは料理が好きですもん。
Ryorigaski. So we have gemstones, hoseki, and here we have ryori, cooking. 皆さん、あなたの趣味は何ですか? A big question I ask my students throughout the school year is this very question. What is your hobby? So that's kind of a Natsukashi question. Let's answer it in chat. 皆さん、趣味は何ですか? 私の趣味は読書です。My hobby is reading. 趣味は読書です。本を読むことです。あなたの趣味は何ですか? We have their hobby, ryori, hoseki, my hobby, 本を読むこと。あなたの趣味は何ですか? 書いてください。できれば。はい、ゲーム、いいですね。ゲームをやること。私もゲームが好きですね。でも最近は時間があまりなくて。Yeah, I like games too. I normally would say it's my hobby, but more recently it just hadn't had the time, so I'm not sure if it's my hobby so much recently, but this week it definitely is.
それは知ってるもん。
陸好みのジェムストーンを見つけたら拾っておこうか。
ついででいいもん。使い道はあるからノアたちの役に立つはずもん。
ついでなんてらしくねえこと言うじゃねえか。
ノポンは戦わないもん。でもお荷物になるのはごめんもん。
Interesting. So in this game, they're saying Noppon wa tatakawanai. They add mo, because that's the Noppon particle. They like to add mo. So Noppon do not fight. At least not in this game. In other games they did. But yep, card game. That could be a good hobby as well. Watashi mo suki desu. Yeah. We streamed all of the first Zelda for Switch, Breath of the Wild. And I've played most of all of, just haven't beat it. Tears of the Kingdom, also a great game. Yeah, you've got to have lots of hobbies. So we have game. And then Tsukuru Koto, like building things, are you saying? And then Dokusho, Satsue. So like filming things, games, making things, reading. That's how I find your channel? Nice! Yeah, I'm glad that people are finding those. Sweet.
マナナたちも戦えたらお荷物になりませんもん。
If we fight, then we won't be just a burden. So Nimotsu is like luggage. In this case, it could be like a burden on our journey. Nimotsu, good word. Nice, we finally added this. Zengen Tekkai. I'm guessing that's probably a new word. Let's check if it was added to our other list. This is probably still the wrong thing. Yeah, this is our story.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level?
So let's check. Let me just switch tabs here for a second. Power level list. Were we able to add that? So Zengen Tekkai was not added. Let's see if I can add it. Let's look in the dictionary here. So we were on the steam locomotive. Let's add Zengen Tekkai. Okay, let's add that. Okay, it worked. Sorry you can't see all of it in that little box. But let's now add that here, and let's see if that's a new word. It is. So power level's gone up. Look at the bottom right. Let's make that power level go up. We've now powered up the power of language. We can power our world later. Yosh, ikimashou. And let's go back to our list for just this game, so we could add more things. For example, things like Nimotsu we could add. But let's think about things too that could be good for the story or the world we're making. So this word here, this verb, tatakao, to fight. If we add that, we could have a battle. Could be a good word to add, potentially. Yeah, add a word at the same time, but if it's a common word like tatakao, to fight, it will not be new. So in that case, you can, like, if it turns green, that means it's a duplicate. You can erase it from the power level list. But yeah, add it to both. You can add it to both. But just new words to both. They'll turn green if they're a duplicate on both.
そんなこと気にすんなよ。役割分担ってやつだろ。マナナたちもインタリンクできたらきっとお役に立てますもん。そんなことができるならとっくの昔にやってるもん。
So if we could interlink, we would have done it a long time ago. They can't interlink as Nopon, so Riku's a bit sad about that. By the way, interlinking, that means combining to create this big kind of I don't know, this little Evangelion type creature, character.
そうだな。ひとまず行動を抜けるのを最優先に鉱石があるか探ってみる。俺たちにとって役立つものならそこをないがしろにはできないしな。
分かったもん。それで問題ないもん。
So let's move forward, find some jewels and things.
しゃあねえな。俺も手伝ってやるぜ。
ランツまで。
お前に恩を売っとくのも悪かねえからよ。
So on is what's the word for it in English? I know it is in Japanese. Like a debt kind of. So he's saying if I help you find some rocks, like making you have a debt to me wouldn't be bad. So ono uru is going to create that situation. Yeah, I wish I could interlink. In fact, I wish I could just do it myself. Transforming into different creatures. That would be good. I feel like it'd be possible if you had the technology. Like with technology, I feel like almost anything could be possible. I mean, that's what it seems like. Our technology is so good now. We can make worlds with ChatGPT at some level. We can jump into a world and talk to people across the world with this technology. Seems like... How hard could it be someday to like make a mech? Or even like transform into something? I don't know. It seems possible. Probably not in our lifetime, but you never know. What's possible? Nopon no Susume. It's the recommendation of the Nopon is to find some minerals for this hero quest. So probably that means that the Nopon can join us if we find these things. That would be good. Ah, it seems like this is now our current quest, so we can probably do that.
Yep.
Let's follow the orange brick road. Need ether.
少し周りを見てみようか。
ああ、それが良さそうだ。
Let's find some ether. Can we see it? Yeah, we can kind of see some over here, right? Oh, there's a path. Ikimashou.
はやる気みたいだな。
Don't want to fight you. The battles are too loud. We're going down. Thanks. Okay. We have another word I see. Own. Was that a word that's new for our power level 2 or just for our game? Does anyone know? I would think it might not be new for our whole quest, our whole Japanese quest, but it's possible. As you can see, we've learned 3,000 plus words, so lots of more common words we've learned already. But in this game, it's new. Wait, you can't edit the full list? I mean, you can on the other tab, though, can't you? The power level list that's on the same, the new words list, you can. People were adding it yesterday. Let's see. It's in a different tab on that same document. Okay, let's take a look. But yeah, Musical, thanks for checking that. Etteru シリンダーを使用して起動させます。起動する、起動しない。So use the ether cylinder and activate. So power level. So yep, Own was added. Nice. So power level's gone up. Let's make it go up. Look at the bottom right. Power level now going up. We're getting close to our goal. Over 9,000. Not that close, but we're part of the way there. Arigato! Yatta.
これでエレベーターを動かせるはずも。さすがリクだな。こういうのに詳しいのがいると助かるぜ。
So elevator should now move.
これぐらい朝飯前も。
Interesting, this phrase here, asameshi is breakfast, asameshi mae, it's like before breakfast, so it means like it's a piece of cake, it means it's easy. Let me see, this power level screen, I kind of want to change this from the this screen. Let me see if I can change this. The browser source. I know on my streaming platform there's so many different screens, it's hard to figure out, so I'll have to figure that one out tomorrow. It doesn't really matter. Oh well.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level?
Power level is rising. In any case, I will look it up. Asameshi mae. This could be one we add to our power level. I'm pretty sure we don't have it. And it means very easy, piece of cake, child's play, easy as pie, cinch, something you do before breakfast. The original meaning is before breakfast. Both meanings are on there. So yeah, we could add that. Let's see if we can add that. Let's go to the list. Asameshi mae, added, it is new. Power level list, let's add it there, also new. So power level is now 3409. Let's make that go up. Look at the bottom right. はい、強くなりましたね。Let's go. 日本語は朝飯前。 Piece of cake. I'm kind of curious too how ChatGPT might add that word.
よし行こ
Let's go. Yeah, I like it too. And I've seen it before. It's... I don't see it that much, but I've seen it at least 5 times in my life, I feel like.
Yup.
Probably more.
Yup.
By the way, in this game, ladders are very useful because I think if you jump on a ladder, the aggro goes away. You can avoid enemies. Perhaps we can test that up here somewhere.
大丈夫いつも通り行こ
No.
う敵の増援だ
戦いだたくない. Yeah, I want to fight this guy. You can also escape into cutscenes. Also recommended.
なんだこいつら。
面倒だが一仕事やるしかないな。
時間を食ってる暇はないんださっさとやっちまおうぜ
Ooh.
マナナも戦いますもん
Ooh, they're joining.
あちょーですもんマナナ
なんて無茶な。
やりましたもんダメマナナ止まって鍋は急には止まれませんもん危ない
何?
ちょっとマナナ大丈夫マナナ大丈夫
Yeah, musical interesting, so it often uses the most used definition. Yeah, that makes sense. Interesting.
大丈夫ですもんちょっとだけドキドキしましたもん
Ooh, I like this word, and we probably learned it, but maybe not in this game. Probably not in this game. Doki doki, to be excited. That could be good for our story with ChatGPT, so maybe we should add it if someone wants to. So she got very excited. Doki doki shimasu could be like nervous too. It's the sound of your heart going doki doki, doki doki.
見てるこっちはハラハラしたよ
And hara hara. So we were nervous.
まったくだぜ。無茶しやがる。
So mucha, to be reckless. She's being reckless. Mucha shiagaru.
とにかく無事でよかった
In any case, I'm glad you're buchi. Glad you're okay.
マナナ料理以外でもお役に立てますもん
So I'm useful beyond just cooking. I often tell my students, igai is very useful. It means other than something. Ryori igai, other than that. Other than cooking. Yaku ni tatemasu. So I'm useful other than just cooking. Yeah, Doki Doki's on the full list. What about this list? We could add it for today, so we could still add it to the story if we want to, but yeah, not surprised.
それを言うためだけに突っ込んだもん
行動で示すことが大事ですもん
So this is a good word here, kodo, action. It's important to show things through action.
鍋を投げてその上に乗るなんて信じられないことするもん
I kind of even missed that. So, to throw your nabe, this cooking pot, and then to ride on top of it. Shinjirarenai. Unbelievable. I kind of missed what was actually happening. I didn't realize that she was on top of the nabe shield. So yeah, a word we could add too. We keep seeing this word nabe. This kind of pot for her shield. I'm not sure if we've added that. That could be new.
頑丈が売りの鍋ですもん。ご信用にも使えますもん。のぼん印の特別製ですもん。
Ooh, it's a special nabe you can use in battle as well as for cooking. Very, very tough.
そういうことじゃないもん。マナナ、リクはね、マナナのことを心配してくれてるんじゃないかな。
But we've got nabe. Anyone know, is nabe new? So nabe, pan, pot, saucepan, can be food as well, a stew or hot pot. Is that new for our power level? Really? Let's power up. Look at the bottom right, power level up with the power of nabe. We've now unlocked nabe in our journey. This is a good day. We can have a hot pot today. And I kind of like this idea to try to use ChatGPT to kind of distill the words from this game into a new world, kind of on the fly. So distill these words, the language, into a new world. What will it be? Waku waku. Chotto waku waku shimasu ne. Tanoshimi ni shite masu. Excited to see that world.
そうなんですもん。別にそういうわけじゃ。ありがとうですもん。でもマナナは大丈夫ですもん。
だってよ、心配しすぎもよくねえってことだな。
だから別に心配とかじゃないもん。照れんなよ。悪いことじゃないんだし。照れてないもん。ノア、なんとか言ってやってほしいもん。
仲間に怪我してほしくなかったんだ。それでいい。でもリクの言うことももっともだ。これからは無茶せずに助け合っていこ
う。わかりましたもん。無茶はしませんもん。
So we see this word again. Mucha wa shimasen. So Riku's worried, so I will not be reckless anymore. Mucha. You know what? I realized, like, I know this word. It means, like, reckless. But I'm kind of curious of the etymology of this word, because look at the kanji. It's without T. I've never, like, looked into the etymology of this word. What do you think? Do you think it's something like to do anything without T is kind of reckless or something? Or like if you don't have T, you can't relax? That kind of feeling? I don't really know, but I bet there's an interesting etymology. Mucha. So if you don't have T in life, you're reckless. That's my theory. What do you think in chat? And yeah, mucha, maybe we could add that. I'm guessing it's probably new for this game. Probably not for the whole quest, but it is possible.
話はまとまったようだな。さあ、これで下に降りるぞ。
皆さん、さようなら。Saying goodbye to the caterpillars. Enjoyed our time together. I kind of like those Caterpie guys. They always kill me though in Xenoblade 1, the big caterpillar guy in that first Tephra cave.
あとは待つだけだ。
マナナのやつ、ぶっ飛んだことしやがるな。
そうだね。びっくりしちゃった。あれ？あそこの石光ってない？
Ooh, nice. One of my favorite kanjis in words is this one. Hikari, light. Hikatteru, to be glowing, to be lit up. So asoko no ishi, it's glowing. And yeah, no one added the mucha, so I'm gonna try to add that quick. And see if it's new. Maybe it wasn't, and that's why it's not added, I don't know, but let's just quick try. So mucha, ooh, I see aki. Be cool if I could see Aki on stream today. So Mucha, it is new in this quest. Let's try on the whole thing. Aki, don't get in front of the screen. Aki's in front of my other monitor now. Let's see. We haven't seen Aki for a while, so let's take a look at Aki. Let's see if I can get the cam. Aki! Konnichiwa! Say hello to Aki. We've not seen Aki for at least a year. Aki, genki desu yo. Kawaii desu ne. Aki! Konnichiwa! Genki? Say hello to Aki. So we added Mucha. Let's check the power level list. Can we add it there too? Nope, it's not new there, so let's delete that one. But for the game, it is new. Could Mucha be a contraction of Mucha Kucha? Yeah, but I'm not sure which came first. But that's an interesting question. Yeah, he is fairly big. He's fairly big. It's not. It's a coffee table. It's not a huge. But yeah, if you want to imagine him as like a giant, like Byakugo from Xenoblade 2 that you could like ride on, go ahead. In that case, I'm a giant. It's cool if you imagine me as a giant too. You can go with that. Let's go back to the game.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about
And
his
let's leave the
power
camera
level?
there for now, for an experiment. There we can see Aki. We have a live cat for a change. For at least for the moment.
もしかして。おい、これは違うもん。ただの石も。これは見分けがつかないね。
So it's just a rock, it's not ether.
そこは大丈夫もん。リクがいるもん。頼りにしてるよ、リク。任せるもん。まずはこの辺りを探してみるもん。
So yep, Aki is with us on this journey as well. He even has a Twitter channel with his brother. It's called Haruaki. Have not used it, but when they first joined as kittens, they did join. If you dig up that VOD on YouTube or Twitch, you can find it. Cat video only. Cat cam only. That's the one I need. Okay.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level?
Power level is rising. Okay, so goal now is to find these areas. So Kosho. I think we have to finally fight. Yep, it's got the kanji version too. Yeah, I've seen both. Like, I would think Mucha probably came first, but I'm not sure.
弾かれた。バタフライエッジブラスト。見せてやろう。
私にかかれば
Oh yeah, nice. You've seen the kanji version in game. What game? What game were you playing? Just curious what games people play in Japanese.
よっ。
これじゃねえの？似てるけど別物も。ここをよく見たらわかるもん。色のくすみ加減が。
So this is not right. The color is a bit wrong.
わかんねえよ。でもいらないものじゃないから持っておいてほしいもん。
We can still take it. This mineral though.
鉱石やジェムストーンを見分けるのは難しいな。
そこはリクに任せるっきゃねえよな。
よっ。
So we're seeing these words koseki mineral, kosho for like a mineral vein. We could add some of those and add some minerals to our world. Or even like hoseki gemstone, I think we probably saw.
こいつを使わせても
But
らお
you
う。
can see here the word we keep saying. I guarantee this word is we don't have. Kosho, like a mineral vein.
鍛錬に休みはね。
Okay, that's fair. Probably Digimon Survive or Nier. Nice, you played a lot of games. Cool. This is not it either.
桃。それは別の時に使えそうもん。取っておいてほしいもん。
But let's take it. So this is a different kind of thing. This one you can see from the picture, but you can see from the kanji here. I like this kanji. Kaseki means fossil. Kanji for change, plus kanji for rock. Something changes into a rock. What does it do? That means it is now fossilized. Kaseki. Let's add this word. I'm sure we have it for all of Japanese quests, but I doubt we have it in this game. I think a fossil could be cool for our world that we're building today, though. Nice mucha is there as well. Nabe. You can make like a fossil stew, maybe.
Mm. でも区別がつかなくてちょっとだけ困るかも。
Nani?
バタフライエッジ。
ラウンドヘアで効率な感じでさ。
ありがとう。すごい派手な戦いぶり。
だろ。もっと褒めてくれよな。
はっととと。
見つかってしまったようだな。
Nani? More friends. Anyone know the word for bat in Japanese? It's a good one.
すごい派手な戦いぶり。
だろ。もっと褒めてくれよな。
よっとはっ。
No, not bad. For bats, like these bats that we're fighting. Sorry. Yeah, Wadui is bad.
バタフライエッジ。
That is true. Wow, Kaseki's actually new? That's awesome. Let's power up. So we're at 3011. Look at the bottom right. Let's power up with the power of fossils. We now have fossils in our world. I always gonna love fossils, that mystery there. Like, why does something turn into rock? It seems so kind of counterintuitive in a way. I remember when I was a kid, I thought fossils are so cool and dinosaurs.
見つかったかも。
But yeah, bat is Komori bat. You could add that to our power level 2. It has Buddhist origins. Musa? Okay, interesting. No, thanks. Doing more research on words is like what we're all about. We're all about words and doing deep dives. I find many words have a Buddhist origin. The problem for me is all these Buddhist words, they're super specialized and I don't know so many of them. And like no one does because it's really deep. Xenoblade 2 is excellent combat. To be honest, I don't know. Like, I'll be honest, I don't like combat that much in general. Because to me, it's kind of a waste of time. Like, I like the story, especially for this channel. And so I don't really know. Like, to me, all the games, combat-wise, are pretty good as far as combat goes in this kind of game. But to me, they're all kind of about the same in terms of goodness. I don't really know, though. I'm not a battle expert.
これは違うもん。でも使い道があるから取っておくもん。
But I'll say, like, in general, the games that have longer battles, I don't like that. It's like, I remember Xenoblade 2, like, the battles got way too long. I did not like that, so, like, that aspect, I didn't like. Yeah, fossils are awesome. Yeah, we might need to add like a cool animal to give our fossil something to come from for our story. To give ChatGPT some good stuff to work with. So like if we see like a creature or an animal, we can add that. Like Komori could be one. Bat. Hi, Tsugiwa. By the way, we were talking, so I kind of like missed that conversation. My bad, but let's keep going. How many bats do we need to fight? More bats. Nigero. No. Mendokusai. These bats just like never give up. Oh no, we can't do our food. Yeah, no pun fossil. That could be interesting. What? Yeah, I like RPGs, but I don't like grinding. Many RPGs I've just quit because the grinding becomes too much, or the dungeon grinding becomes too much. I quit when the grinding gets to like too high of a certain proportion. In fact, on this channel, that's why we quit playing. I think it was Seiken Densetsu Ichi. The first Seiken Densetsu game we stopped because the dungeons just got too annoying and grindy. Pretty much every other game we did beat. We even beat like Celeste and stuff like that. We beat Xenoblade 1. We beat Dragon Quest 11, long games. Yeah, I always do easy, but even on easy, it's too much sometimes. Like old games didn't have easy, so it can get worse.
ジェムストーンや鉱石はそこらに転がってる石とは違うもん。それにさっき拾った鉱石も使い道がちゃんとあるもん。
So notice Tsukai to use Michi path. Tsukai Michi is like a way to use. So all these different minerals we're picking up, they have different ways you can use them. These rocks here don't. I currently play Final Fantasy VII. Nice. Yeah, you deactivate random encounters. Nice. I play games in hard mode for the challenge. That can be fun too at times. It just depends on what you're in the mood for. Like, battle in games can be fun, but to me, especially for this channel, I like less.
マナナには分かりませんもん。リクはちゃんと見分けられてたし、そういうのに詳しいんだよね。
まあ少しだけも。
Yeah, the dialogue is what's useful for language.
謙遜してんなよ。リクは集めんのも使うのもうまいんだぜ。
Yeah. It can be kind of fun too, though, just the feel of not controlling everything. I think. Like, I love Final Fantasy VI.
余計なことは言わなくていいもん。
余計なことなんかじゃないよ。好きなことがあるっていいことだし。そうですもん。
よかったな、リク。石集めが認められてよ。
鉱石とジェムストーンも。だいたい素材の調達から整備まで全部リクがやってるもん。大事な装備を整えてみんなが生きて帰れるようにするのがリクの務めもん。リクは自分の仕事をしてるだけもん。ランツとは違うもん。
おい、俺だってそこそこちゃんとやってんだろ。
So I'm doing my job. Getting the things we need, preparing them, fixing things. You don't do your job. No, I do my job. That's what's happening here.
そうなんだ。すごいね。そんなことまで考えてて。
Yeah, by the way, any word we see, I don't need to say it. We can add to our power level list. I saw a flash, so someone was there at some point.
話しすぎたもん。らしくないことをしたもん。
So I'm kind of looking for some kind of creature to add to our mix.
そんなことはないさ。理解を深められるのは悪いことじゃないだろ。
そうですもん。仲良くなれるのは大切なことですもん。仲良くなるためにもっとお互いのことを知れたらって思わない？なるほどですもん。お互いを知るのも大事ですもん。
So this is true. Otagai means each other. Otagai o shiru, to know each other. Otagai o shiru no mo daiji. So it's important to know each other. So let's get to know each other better. That's true in chat as well. We talked about our hobbies. Yeah, chanto, sure, you could add it. I'm not sure if it's a new word, but yeah. It's a common word, but it's possibly the kind of common word that could have fell through the cracks. So certainly add it, and maybe it's even a new word for our power level, I don't know. But yeah, chanto is a very useful word. It's like properly doing something. For example, chanto, shigoto suru, properly do your job. Oh really, we've learned that even in this game. That's crazy. Okay, okay. If you want to keep it though, it's fine. You can keep it. I don't really care if we keep it in this game. Just don't add it to the power level. Sometimes like repetition's fine, so like a few green words could be fine if we want to keep it. That's cool. Alright, cool.
そうですもん。そういうことなら次はマナナの好きをお見せしますもん。
But once in a while adding one that's green to our game list, it can be kind of like more deeply learning a word. Repetition is how we learn, so if it's green, in a way it's like this is an important word. Not for our main list, but for our game list. I think it's kind of like once in a while we don't realize. I think it's kind of okay.
次って別に順番じゃ。
お任せあれですもん。マナナの得意ですぐに分かってもらえますもん。あそこがいいですもん。休憩しますもん。
Ooh, important word, good word. QK, rest. In fact, let's take a quick rest here. And maybe if anyone wants to add this rest to our power level, because rest in a language, learning a language is very important. When you're streaming, rest is important as well. One reason I stopped streaming for a long time when we first started was I hurt my hip just from sitting too long. If I rested, it may not have happened. Even today, it's mostly better, but not 100%. Like if I'm like for walking and things, it's kind of fine, but for like laying in a certain position, it might hurt. So like I still haven't recovered fully. So rest, very, very important. So QK o shimashou. I will say BRB, I will be right back, and then pretty soon let's make our world. Let's find some kind of creature, add a couple more words, and then let's make our world with language. Hai, ittekimasu. Japanese quest will continue after a short break. Ooh, nice, we got a new word. QK. Let's see if there's a new word on our power level list too. Seems like it's probably not. Which makes sense. Pretty common word. But yep, rest is very important. Okay, yep, so it's on the full list. Cool. Ooh, Cammy has resubbed for, what is that? I can't even see the numbers. That's 20 months or something? Sugoi. Dragon, kimashita ne. Arigatou gozaimasu. We got a dragon. It just flew into this cave here. You can see this dragon here that's been summoned. Thank you very much for the subscription, even though we're only streaming probably 2 more days after today, this year. So I do appreciate it. But the hype does make it more likely to stream more in the future. Because we're all together in this journey, and now this dragon has joined us as well. Sa, Ryu to issho ni bouken o shiyou. So since we now have a dragon, why don't we add a dragon to our new words for this game? Let's find the word for dragon, the kanji for dragon. Here we go. Let's copy it. Add to our word list. Of course, it's not a new word for our full quest. But for this game it is. And Tatsu, that's not the most common reading, it's usually Ryu, but that can work for now. Sa, ikimashou. Now we can add a dragon to our world. And check it out, Cammy has unlocked the Kami badge. Beyond Ryu, Kami it means God. Which means, I think that means like over a year of subscribing. Sugoi desu ne. Ooh yeah, we got Dragon in katakana as well. Nice. Ooh, good word here too. Iseki. That word showed up a lot when I played D&D in Japanese yesterday. This word showed up all the time. Ruins. By the way, I played D&D with ChatGPT. It worked pretty well. As long as you say the right things, ChatGPT can run a campaign pretty decently. Although I wouldn't know, I've never played real D&D, but for my version, it was fun. Mono, if you're a real person, don't do that again, or Unboxus, our mod, can ban you forever. We don't need that kind of spam. Probably like a bot though, right? I don't know how that stuff works. Okay, let's train here. It's a bot. Yeah. I assumed that, but you never know. There's some weird people out there. Level up. Let's go. Okay, so let's save. Okay, I think it's time to make this world. So let's get a list of our words. I will simply copy all these words from here, starting with Zengen Tekkai, all the way up to Ryu, dragon. Let's copy all those and add them to... Let's make a new conversation on ChatGPT. Let's try to make a new world. Let's see how this works. Okay. Let's go down here. We can say new conversation. So new chat. Okay, and then send message. Let's click it. So those are all the words. And let's get it down to some words that would be good for a story. Let's see. Let's turn off this for now. So let's keep on. Let's keep Ashimeshimai. Let's keep Zen. I can't see it right now, but yeah, Zengen Tekkai. Let's keep that. Mucha is good. Nabe is good. Kaseki, Fossil, QK, Rest. Yeah, they're all pretty good. Let's just keep all those words. Oh no! Why did I just type that in? Oh no.
Okay, that was wrong.
Okay, let's not do that. So did it like a Chinese response to that? That's not what we're going for. Let's try again. So we can edit that, I think, by doing this. So let's do... So using the above words, make a story in Japanese. Keep it short and simple in this style of, let's say young adult novel, maybe? I don't know, or just novel. Or like novel or game. Should we make the main character? The main character should be named... We saw Aki today, so let's say Aki. A cat named Aki. So the cat we saw earlier, Aki, could be the main character. Using the above words, make a story in Japanese. Keep it short and simple in the style of a novel or game. Does that sound good? I want to see chat again, just so we see. Does that seem good? So Doki Doki. Yeah, you'd think we'd find Doki Doki. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so let's go back. It seems like we're good. Let's go back to our browser cam and let's try it. So because we're doing it again, it might not do the voice. We'll just see if it works. We will try. Save and submit. So the title is The Adventure of Aki. So Aruhi, one day. We're in a small town. Let's see. Let's have it read it. I think if I press at the bottom to read it, it will read it. Wow, it did not keep it short. But I guess it has a lot of words to work with, so maybe that's why. So let's try to say it using this one. Let's read the first part together, because like I'll have to take a minute to jump up. So, Aruhi. One day, Chisana muro de, in a small village, Kurasu neko no Aki wa, so Aki, who lived in that village, Totsuzen no boken ni, so in a sudden adventure, makikomareru koto ni narimashita. He became involved in some adventure. Asa meshi mae ni, so before breakfast. So they're using it the real way for that particular word. So before breakfast, kare wa fushigi na chizu o mitsukemashita. He found a strange map. Ooh, I like the map. They bring a map into it. Not one of our words. Chizu ni wa, so in the map, doki doki suru. So we have another keyword. So really exciting. Doku doku suru yona basho ga. So a really exciting place is written down there. So Aki wa koushin ippai de. So with lots of curiosity, good word here. Kokishin. Curiosity. By the way, these words we could add to our power level 2. We can learn words from our words as they create stories that make more words. So all these words are fair game too. We can level up with these words too. This word we have learned though in the larger quest. Tomodachi no Tomu. So his friend Tom. Interesting, not Haru, his brother, but his friend Tom. Aki has a friend named Tom now. Tom to Tomuni, so with Tom. Sono basho e mukau koto ni kimemashita. So went to this place on the map, this Doki Doki place. Tadoritsuita saki ni wa fushigi na nabe. Ooh, there's a strange pot where he went. This is our vocab word, so to use that well too. Sono nabe no naka kara, so from that nabe, mucha no hodo oishisou na kaori ga hirogatte imashita. So, to a kind of crazy level, a mucha level, there's some delicious smells coming from that pot. Ooh, I like it. I love when they have quotes in the story. It makes the story like more like a story. So this is a quote. Kore wa kitto mahou no nabe da. So Aki, the cat, says, this must be a magic pot. Oh no, it wasn't Aki, it was Tom who said that. So Aki to Tomu, also Aki and Tom, they got their courage together. They open the pot, and then from the pot, what comes out but an ancient fossil. Kodai no iseki, also our vocab word. Sore wa marude, so that is almost like Mukashi no jidai no himitsu, so some secret. It seems like for some reason on these adventures, ChatGPT is really into secrets. Because when I played D&D with it last night, secrets kept coming up all the time, but never wanted to say the secret. Let's see if it says the secret this time. Himitsu o mamotteru ka no yo. So it seems like there's some secret. I bet you it won't tell us the secret. Because like it never did last night. So very surprised. The two of them, for a moment, take a rest. And talk to each other. So this keyword here. Kyukei shite hanashi ayamashita. So we take a rest. We talk here. It's doing well to involve all these words. So then, suddenly, a great shadow covered the sky. Ooh, this is good. Totsuzen, okina kage ga sora o oimashita. Sono kage wa nanto sora o tobu ryu deshita. Oh, that... The shadow was a great dragon flying in the sky. I like this. This story is pretty good. I'm impressed. Ryu wa Akitachi o mitsume. The dragon looks at Aki and Tom. Yuko teki na tairo de mukaimashita. Oh, and it's friendly. Yuko teki, so it's friendly. That's good. So you can see here how, like, you can make pretty good stories. This can be good for language learning and, like, even talking to ChatGPT. I did this last night for a couple hours, and it's a similar type of story here. Ryu wa Akitachi ni, so the dragon to Aki and friends. Talked about this power that's in this fossil. That was in this pot. Kaseki ni wa, so in this fossil. Machi ni sakaru chikara ga yodotteru. So there's a power that can help make the village flourish. Aki to Tamu wa, so for both of them. Ryu no annai de, so with the guidance of this dragon. Kaseki o tsukau hoho manabi. They learn how to use this fossil. Machi ni heiwa to hane o motarasu tame ni bouken o hajimeru. They start an adventure. Wow, so at the end, they start the adventure now to bring peace and prosperity to this village, to their village. And their adventure, with knowledge and courage, and also friendship, it's all kind of overflowing in this journey. And then, due to their doryoku, effort, a new jidai, a new era, comes to this village. Aratana jidai, shin jidai. Ryu to tomo ni, along with the dragon, shiawase na hibi o sugosu koto ga dekimashita. They live peacefully with the dragon in their village. Soshite Aki to Tomo no bokken wa. So then, their adventure. Aki no kaze ni fukareru yona. Ooh, this is a nice touch. As if it's kind of blown with the winds of Aki, of autumn, just like his name, Aki. Suteki na monogatari toshite, as a great story. Katari tsukareru koto to natta desho. To natta no deshita. And then became a legend that would be passed on like the autumn wind in this village. This is pretty good. Nice touch at the end. What did you think of the story? Let's hear the whole thing.
タイトル、秋の冒険ある日、小さな町で暮らす猫の秋は、突然の冒険に巻き込まれることになりました。朝飯前に、彼は不思議な地図を見つけました。地図には、ドキドキするような場所が書かれていました。秋は好奇心いっぱいで、友達のトムと共にその場所へ向かうことに決めました。たどり着いた先には、不思議な鍋が置かれていました。その鍋の中からは、無茶なほど美味しそうな香りが広がっていました。これはきっと、魔法の鍋だ、とトムは興奮して言いました。秋とトムは、勇気を振り絞って鍋を開けてみると、中からは古代の化石が現れました。それはまるで、昔の時代の秘密を守っているかのようでした。驚きのあまり、二人はしばらくの間、休憩して話し合いました。すると、突然大きな影が空を覆いました。その影はなんと、空を飛ぶ竜でした。竜は秋たちを見つめ、友好的な態度で迎えました。竜は秋たちに、その化石が秘める力について語りました。化石には、町に栄える力が宿っていると言われていました。秋とトムは、竜の案内で化石を使う方法を学び、町に平和と繁栄をもたらすために冒険を始めるのでした。彼らの冒険は、知識と勇気、そして友情に溢れたものとなりました。町の人々は、秋とトムの努力によって新たな時代を迎え、竜と共に幸せな日々を過ごすことができました。そして、秋とトムの冒険は、秋の風に吹かれるような、素敵な物語として語り継がれることとなったのでした。
いいね。
What does the scouter say about his
So what do you think of the
power
story? I might start doing this with vocab I'm learning individually. Yeah, I think to see the new context can be great, and you can keep redoing it to do different stories. By the way, what do you think of this format? Do you think we should do it again someday? Do you feel like it's useful? I feel like for this stream, it worked pretty well. It's good review. You can make a story with the words you see in the game, and I think it's kind of cool. But yeah, good to see everyone. We made a story with the words in the game, and yeah, I'm kind of curious to try one more thing. Do you think there's a way we could prompt it to like make a world with those words? Yeah, I'm kind of curious, like, let's try one more prompt. So we did this one, we made a story, it's pretty good. But let's go back. And we made a world with language. So this thing can be pretty good with ideas for world building. So let's try one more thing. Let's go here. Can you rewrite that? Okay. I can press here, and so using the above words, let's just say, let's do some world building. Use the above words as the basis for building a fantasy world in English. This time let's keep it in English just so we can all understand it and see what's going on. Just to kind of see a different thing that this can maybe do. We don't need this stuff this time, I don't think. So let's say give a list of ideas maybe for features of this world. This is just kind of random, but let's just try it. Like, what kind of world could we make? No, maybe let's just try it for like just building like one single world this time. I haven't done this. Not sure what it will do, but let's just see. Let's do some world building. Use the above words as the basis for building a fantasy world in English. What might this world look like? And let's just see what happens. Again, total experiment. Probably won't work that well, but let's see. Let's just see what it says. And you can change your language down here to English, so let's change it to, I'll change it to British English, why not? And let's have it read some of it. Oh my goodness, I don't know what it's saying. This looks like a lot, but let's just try some of this. I don't think I'll have to read all of it, but let's see what we have. Let's go here.
In a realm where time's grasp is tenuous, the land of Ionica comes alive with mystique and wonder.
Ionica?
The very essence of reality seems to waver, allowing for the emergence of a world unlike any other.
Why Ionica?
Ionica is a land where the boundaries between dreams and reality blur, where the frontiers of imagination hold the power to shape existence.
Okay.
The enigmatic Dawnbreak Isles. At the heart of Ionica lies the Dawnbreak Isles.
So here's the Dawnbreak,
a collection of
Asameshi Mai.
floating islands suspended
cool.
in the sky. Each daybreak, as the sun's first rays touch these isles, they awaken with a harmonious hum that resonates across the land. This hum grants the islands their ethereal qualities, shaping their landscapes, flora, and fauna in ways that mirror the emotions of the world's inhabitants. The Dawnbreak Isles are a place of endless exploration, with hidden valleys, towering trees that grow crystals instead of leaves, and creatures whose colors shift with the passing emotions of the land.
Kinda cool.
The fluttering Emotionwoods.
Ooh, Doki
Beyond
Doki.
the Dawnbreak Isles, the Emotionwoods flourish, a sprawling forest of trees that carry the emotions of those who
Doki
visit
Doki
them.
no Mori. Not bad.
When travelers approach, the tree's leaves transform to display a spectrum of colors, reflecting the feelings of joy, sorrow, anticipation, or fear. This mystical forest holds the ability to sense the most profound thoughts of any who tread its paths, making it a sacred place for seeking wisdom
Honestly,
and
this is pretty
introspection.
impressive.
The cauldron of imagination,
So Nabe,
the heart of Ionica
Sozo no
pulsates
Nabe.
with an ever-boiling cauldron of imagination. This massive, swirling cauldron is a nexus of creativity, where the thoughts and dreams of the inhabitants amalgamate into tangible magic.
Not bad.
From the depths of the cauldron, people draw their power to shape reality, crafting spells that
So
range
by the way,
from
this is all
charming
unlocked now in the
illusions
world of
to
Japanese
powerful
Quest. All these
transformations.
powers. This is part
The
of that island I
cauldron's
showed you.
magic is fed by the daily experiences and emotions of the world's denizens, and those who master its manipulation
Ionica.
are
This is where we
revered as
got
the
Ionica.
artificers of Ionica. The Monument of Folly. At the edge of the enigmatic Dawnbreak
Folly?
Isles
What
stands
is that
the
from?
Monument of Folly, an imposing structure composed entirely of enchanted,
What do you think the folly is
translucent crystal. It serves as a reminder
Is
of
that
the
a word that we
consequences
had?
of recklessness and hubris. Legend has it that eons ago, an alchemist's wild experiment went awry,
'Cause we had
resulting in the
fossil, right?
creation of the Monument of Folly. This structure emanates a subtle aura that tempers the
That one's
ambition of
mysterious, not
Ionica's
sure where that came
inhabitants, reminding them to embrace wisdom and balance in their pursuits. Dragons of memory.
Ooh, I see the
In
dragon,
this
though.
fantastical world, dragons are more than mere creatures. They are the custodians of memory.
I dig it.
These majestic beings possess the ability to weave together fragments of history, allowing them to recount tales of forgotten ages. People gather in awe around these creatures, hoping to hear their stories and learn from the lessons of the past. As dawn breaks over the floating isles of Ionica, a palpable sense of enchantment fills the air. The inhabitants of this world navigate the fluid boundaries of reality, emotions, and imagination, constantly weaving the fabric of their existence with threads of wonder and magic. The interplay between emotion and the tangible shapes the very landscape they inhabit, making Ionica a realm where the heart and the imagination entwine to shape a tapestry of eternal fascination.
Not too bad. I I think I want to tell it to write the first line of a novel in Japanese of a story involving this world. Write the first line of a fantasy novel in Japanese in this world. Make it the best first line of a novel ever. Should be doable, right? Let's try it. Why not? Let's turn it back to Japanese.
夜明けの島々が夢と現実の狭間で踊り始めるとき、新たなる冒険の扉が静かに開かれた。
Okay, it failed. Not the best first line ever. It's too wordy and not... It's pretty generic. That's the problem. Often things are pretty generic. It's just pretty much saying like the door to adventure is opening. But you can try it again.
In the shimmering embrace of the dawn break eyes,
What?
where dreams birth reality and emotions paint the sky, a single word whispered by the wind can alter destinies. 心輝く、世界の始まりより。
Wait, why did it not finish the Japanese part? It put it in English when I said it to put it in Japanese. And it's spoken like katakana English. That's kind of cool, actually. Let's try again. Regenerate.
空に浮かぶ不思議な島々の朝日が新たな夢を紡ぎ出そうとしていた。
I like that a bit better because we're in these floating islands in the sky. And then there's a new dream, but still kind of boring.
空の島々が夜明けの息吹とともに微笑んだ。
Okay, so the islands in the sky smile with the dawn. Yeah, I think we're getting a bit better.
空の島々が夜明けの歌声で目覚めるとき、運命の糸は新たな冒険を紡ぎ出す。
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they're kind of like boilerplate, like fantasy adventure starting, but still, kind of cool.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level?
Yeah, I like that one the best. The fluttering emotion words, the Doki Doki no Mori. That was pretty good. Yeah, I added this add-on called Voice Control with ChatGPT. I recommend it. I've spent hours speaking in Japanese with ChatGPT, using it, kind of making stories like that and other things similar to that, and just conversation. You can speak with your mic, it speaks back with that mic. It's called Voice Control for ChatGPT. I like this use of ChatGPT, very cool. Yeah, it is quite cool. You can do a lot. If you ask to set a world setting based on it instead of a story, you might get one. Yeah, the world I thought was kind of cool. Yeah, Red, good to see you. So what did you think? Do you think using ChatGPT on this channel might be worth it? Do you think it's primarily a waste of time? I feel like if I look at our numbers, I'm guessing our numbers probably went down during it, because it's not the game. So what do you think? ChatGPT, let's vote. Maybe we're left with the people that that only stayed for it, so it's kind of like rigged. But what do you think? Should we do it again? ChatGPT again? Hi or yeah? Shall we do it again someday? Yeah. I don't know if we have the time for a full poll. Let's do like an old-fashioned poll. And like that means like people really need to care because they have to like comment. You can say hi or yeah. ChatGPT again to like crystallize our words, possibly to make a world, or a story. And so we have a vote for EA. We have 3, 5, 6 for height, 1 for EA, couple more for height. But again, probably the people that were more into it stayed. Probably the people that didn't like it mostly left because they want to see the game, and that's fair enough. But it seems like there's some good feedback on it. Unboxious, do you have any constructive feedback about it? Do you think there are parts that work better? Do people feel like, yeah, keep it short? Do you feel like the world building part worked or like the story worked better? Do you think which parts kind of worked? Like both were kind of interesting to me, but I feel like doing it not all the time, but sometimes could be interesting. What do you think? Yeah, shorter would be better. Yeah, I think keep it short. But I think it could be interesting, possibly. I just think the game writers make a more interesting story than ChatGPT. Yeah, I agree. And of course the voice actors are better. Yeah, overall, it is a better story. I kind of liked, though, just the idea of distilling the language into a new story for a kind of review. But it's true. Those same words often come up in the game, and you find repetition naturally there. So it's a trade-off. So it makes sense. But I think for a once-in-a-while thing, for the format of a channel that's based on language like this, it's making a world with language, it could be something to experiment more with. So it's good to hear there's some good feedback about it. But yeah, I think your comments also are well taken, and keeping it short are well taken. It's the first day, so kind of like seeing how it works. So let's do one more vote. So what did you like better? The kind of story that we did first, the story building, or a kind of world building? Which did you find more interesting? In Japanese, that would be Sekai, world, or Hanashi. What do you think works better to create? Yeah, probably a short story. Maybe like using a name of a character in chat even, maybe. Like bringing it, making it more personal. So Hanashi or Sekai. So we have 2 votes for Hanashi. 2 votes for Hanashi. Anyone else vote on that? How natural is the language you think it produced? Quite natural, just a little bit boring, a little bit generic, a little bit robotic at times. So overall, though, pretty natural. That's why it's worth using, I think. Like, grammatically, it doesn't make many mistakes. Like, often no mistakes. So Hanashi, so it seems like mainly Hanashi. I kind of like the world it created too, but yeah, I think overall, the story. Okay, some good feedback. I think we will add the stream today here, and Japanese Quest will continue tomorrow. So I will say, ja! Mata ne. By the way, before we end, let's give a shout out to the Discord and make a link to the Discord. By the way, Unboxus, who you saw here, our mod here in Discord, is leading a manga reading. You read together, switching off reading, and that'll be this Saturday at 1:30 Mountain Time. So my time, that's 2:30 Central Time, 3:30 Eastern Time, 12:30 Pacific Time, right? So yeah, find the Discord if you want to talk about it. Unboxus. A read together on Saturday, 1:30. I think I'll probably not make it because I think I might be going to like an Obon festival that day. But yeah, check it out. Yeah, I agree, musical. If you have different prompts, you can make it be a bit more interesting. But yeah, check out the Discord. We'll stream Thursday, Friday, same time, 9 a.m. Central. But then, we probably won't stream again until next summer vacation, because I'm teaching full-time. School year starting soon. So check out the Discord. You can talk to people year long, and currently, Unboxus is leading bi-weekly manga readings of different manga. So Saturday, 1:30 p.m. Mountain Time. And the time is on there for what time that would be in your time zone. Hamina-san, ja mata ne. Japanese Quest will continue. じゃ、またね。